rundown. April something. I have no idea.
Tax day.
Tax day, baby.
Oh, what day is tax day? Always the same? No,
15th.
Yeah, the 15th.
it's always the 15th.
Yeah,
That's the latest you can get it in. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an extension guy.
I'm an extension guy too.
Bring the Fiesta anywhere you go with the all-new High Noon Tequila Seltzer Fiesta Pack. The variety 8-pack features 2 new tequila flavors, blood orange and prickly pear, alongside 2 tequila favorites, grapefruit and lime. All are made with real tequila, real juice, perfect for any Fiesta. Find the High Noon Tequila Seltzer Fiesta Pack nearest you at highnoonspirits.com. High Noon, sun's up. Okay. Pull up the subjects here. Masters, Scotty Scheffler.
Congrats, Dave.
Dave,
I'm
you
hot.
are rolling in it, dude.
I'm hot. I'm
You're
hot.
hot. Yeah, I'd say so. You've won
No.
like $5 million this month.
This year, 5 million. This week, I've won 3.4 million this week.
The tweet that made me chuckle that I know probably pissed everyone off was when you were like, great battle for third place, or as I call it, Dave Portnoy money, because Dave
Yeah.
made more money than the third place guy at the Masters.
That's so fucked up. Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy. And I wasn't going to do it. We're in Chicago for the golf. And it's like I had that big one with UConn and everyone was talking up Scheffler because the odds were ridiculously low for golf, 4.5. But they're like, yeah, he's that good. The stat says playing like prime Tiger. Is like, all right, I'll take a shot. I don't know that I can bet golf again. You were
a mess. You were a mess.
Well, I saw you saying there's no way he's going to win it like 10 different times.
Well, he was he was loose each day in the beginning, like that he wasn't playing well. He was, and I guess that's what makes him so great. He wasn't playing well, and he was still there. He was still right at the top, but he was scrambling. He locked in on the back nine, almost both. But when he ended up winning easily. But
Jesus.
Homa was playing better. Morikawa, for the most part, like they were missing. Homa went through a stretch where he had like 50 straight makeable birdie putts and missed them all. He just missed. And Scheffler was like having decently long putts for par. So, but yeah, I don't know. He's a monster.
I feel like though we were a little bit led astray on like Sunday. We were get to Sunday. Everyone's like, it's going to be an incredible classic finish. Friday and Saturday, the wind was such a great equalizer that like everyone was kind of jumbled into that pack where it was like no one could shoot low because the wind was so crazy. And then as soon as it was nice conditions, it's like Scotty Scheffler was just so much better than everyone.
Well, yeah, yes and no. I mean, you had that Alberg guy put one in the water. You had Morikawa put one in the water, and then you had Homa put one in the bush.
Yeah.
So,
but Scotty never made that big mistake. Like never has. He's just, even in holes where you're like, "Ooh, that was a bad drive." It's like, "Oh, he's got no problem. Like he'll be fine."
It is fun rooting. The thing about golf, nobody ever roots against people,
right?
I obviously every shot. I was so happy when Homa's ball went into the bushes. It's like, and when the other guy went into the water, it's like, oh my God, that you're more excited for that than a good shot. But yeah, it was crazy. Listen, for me personally, I get it. I'm rich. I got a lot of money. People root against me all the time now for everything. Like, I don't think that 1.3 million is a shit ton for me. Like people act like I don't give a fuck. Very much.
It's all just relative. It's like now you're still putting up bets that affect you. I think, right? I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. Well, now would I have been devastated if I lost? Yeah, but I wouldn't. I explained this to Dan before. The first bet was the Michigan, because I literally took $1 million out of my account, wired it to DraftKings, put the bet in. I would have lost $1 million. Since then, I've been playing with house money because I had Washington, I had the Chiefs, I had UConn. So I have all this house money, but I had never won $1 million bet in my life till January. Now I got 3 of them in 4 months.
But what?
And by the way, what are you going to donate it to?
No.
Listen, we do plenty of stuff. I am going to take the money and arrogantly spend it.
Also, you've lost way more than that in your life.
100%.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Just because you have one hot streak, like people are like,
I was gonna say
this
is one hot streak out of 20 years, 30 years of gambling.
Yeah, and it's coincided with like monster hits on the Yukon. Now I need Ice to give me the NHL winner because those
he
are
had
all,
one last night.
No, but I mean the Stanley Cup.
Oh, yes, I agree. So I had a couple questions for that, Dave. So I agree. Like anyone who's like, oh, give me money, you just want people were asking like, what am I going to spend the money on for my Yukon winnings? Like, what do you mean? I'm just gonna have more time that I don't have to redeposit.
Yeah,
like I just get to play baseball this summer.
I'm checking the rules because I do think like I would really have to fuck up not to be up this year. But I think on taxes, you can go back like years, be like, oh, he's for the last 3 years, he's down.
It would be insane if they got you for taxes, given how much you've lost, how much I've lost. Like, you can't do that. That would be crazy.
Yes, agreed.
All right, so my question
is that how it works though? Like it's just about
I think you can go back further.
World, you go up and down. It's not just about your
it's gambling. Yeah.
Also, you have football season.
Wow.
Like stocks. It's the same thing as like up or down on stocks. I'm almost
but that's all, obviously relatively new with everything being regulated and above board and taxes and all that. But so as long as you can show that the money was bet.
So how long have it been it's been regulated since 2020.
Yeah, or 18.
Yeah, so
19,
let's just go back to since it's been regulated. I have all the receipts. I got
so you're still down.
Oh
yeah. Oh
yeah. From the beginning of not even
when you didn't have money, what was like your biggest bets when you were before
whatever I could responsibly afford before churning.
But like were you
you're betting
sweating
like
more
10?
about those bets than these bets?
I sweat the Michigan bet as much as I've ever sweat a bet. Now I knew I put in, I could lose. We're speaking deep gambling. It's a very different sweat when you're trying to step on someone's throat where you're like, oh, I don't have so I'm playing with house money. So the sweat is different. I know how much and how hard it is. Like the Scheffler thing, it's like, oh my God. He was in it from the jump. So every shot I'm watching, I'm like, this guy may win fucking
4 straight days.
Yeah.
But it is funny when people think that like, oh, Dave's won, 5 million. He's up 5 million. It's like, well, you got to count like his whole life. Like I won my Yukon future. I was down on the tournament. Like just to put into perspective, I lost money on the tournament. Dave, so my question is this. One, you now have like the big game hunting. It feels like it's hard to go back to got a big game hunt, and then 2
I haven't been fucking around though on it was the Rose Bowl, it was the Super Bowl, it was the other big bowl game semifinal, the NCAA tournament. So I'm picking like major events. So the NBA finals, I like the Celtics at terrible odds.
That's what I was gonna say. Are you gonna put $1 million on the Celtics?
I don't think so. I already have enough rooting interest. Like I thought Michigan beat Bama. I didn't take Michigan in the national championship. Mr. Ice, the minimum NHL team is 6-1.
Yeah, I know 6.5.
So
if 7-1.
If he gives me, if I can hit $1 million spot on the NHL champ. Now, Mr. Ice can't see straight. He's won 1 out of his last 50.
Also, he doesn't. We talked about this before. He just started watching hockey like relatively recently, right?
Well,
it's just betting.
He's been doing it for years, but it wasn't something he grew up with. But he's pretty good with the NHL. Yeah. Like he had the Stars that year when they were deep.
The Blues. Remember the Blues?
Yeah. So I may put a 500 to $1 million on a Mr. Ice future.
And that's a big Mr. Ice tax, though, if it wins.
Oh, it's a huge Mr. Ice. He's already mad.
Just give that money to him, basically. That's going to be his bet.
He doesn't know whether to root against me or for me. He's like, good luck with Scheffler. I'm going to puke if you win. So who knows? But yeah, overall, ended up not being that close.
But wait, so, okay, let's say, like, how do you get off this train? Just a loss will do it? Or like, yeah, okay. The first big time game / end bet that you lose, you'll go back to betting regular shit.
Yeah. Well, yes.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Well, then you gotta either worry about it or enjoy it for like months on end.
The golf, I don't know that I can do. I'm not cut out for the golf. The golf is too long. It's every shot. too many swings. I couldn't. And people were getting mad at me because I was like freaking out at Scheffler. I kept telling him, go be with your wife. You're not hit. Your head's not in it. So I don't know that I'm cut out. I don't watch golf enough to be like a golf bettor. I don't have, it's like, I know when I'm freaking out for no reason in other sports or just be like, it's over. Golf, I thought it was over. Every time I tweet, I'm like, oh, he's done. So
it's just so hard because there's so many guys and all it takes
crazy
is one guy to get hot.
With those odds and just go out and do it. Like
that's what made me like him though. I thought the odds, like he was 4.5, the next was 9. It was so ridiculous. Like he must be that good right now.
Right.
That to be that. And I think it was Frankie. He said something like he's coming into this according to stats like prime Tiger.
Yeah.
And Tiger was almost even money and won that year.
Yeah, I saw a stat that it was so I think there's been, I don't know, like 10 or 12 events, and Scotty Scheffler's caddy has made more money than Rory this year.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, in that case, you're getting good odds then, though, right?
In hindsight, I got great odds. He won going away. I didn't have to sweat.
If he's on a level of a guy who was even money during his run, 4-1 is fucking insane.
Yeah, 4.5 to 1. So, it's been, 1 week. Last week was the final. So in the span of a week, I put together a quick 3.5
fucking awesome
5 million. So good for me. It's good. Good things can happen to good people.
It's the best. And I had a little Scotty. I had more Max, but even like at the end, obviously I wanted Max to win very badly, but like we've been doing this for a very long time, Dave. To see you get hot like this is fucking awesome.
What if it's just the tides have turned?
Yeah. What if you're just this guy now?
What if 45 years of not being hot?
Yeah.
And now suddenly I'm hot, and I'm just gonna stay hot.
If you're trying to say that you haven't been lucky the last 45 years and that you're coming into your good luck, I'm gonna blow my brains out.
Gambling. Luck,
I know, but it's
the famous.
Well, then something's got to even out, right? If all of a sudden gambling gets hot, then I don't know, like business or stocks or something else.
But it's the best feeling because he might have already lost his last big bet.
Well, what about when you were
exactly?
Man, you were hot then, right?
I wasn't betting then, really.
Oh, you were just picking.
Yeah, I was a little. There was that time halftime lines when Elliot told me I had to buy Price is Right furniture room because back in the day the bookie was going to come and steal my money.
That was the stretch in January when that guy sent us the spreadsheet and was like, "This is a statistical anomaly. Like Dave has gone like 75-4 or something
it's like a solar eclipse. Like it doesn't come around, but this time I'm hammering when it's coming. So UFC 300 Knockout City, the all-time clip. People are saying the best. Gaethje gets knocked out. They go to the middle of the room. Max Holloway. I was asleep, saw the highlights. Incredible knockout. Then you had the champ Pereira. That's his name, Alex Pereira, right?
Yeah.
He knocks out.
After getting hit in the nuts, that was just as badass. He got hit in the nuts, and he's like, "No, hold on a second." Then just knocked him out.
Yeah, let me knock this guy out real quick. The beauty of, and I like fighting. I'm a fight fan. I've always said I'm more of a boxing guy than a UFC, even though I like UFC. But what UFC does in the Magic UFC, like that Holloway Gaethje fight, which is a made-up belt. It's like a WWE belt, like baddest motherfucker belt. That's not a real belt. But
you can make money off it, though. It is real.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
They don't need, like in boxing, you almost need people who are a championship fight on the come up for a championship fight, unless you're talking Jake Paul and fake stuff. But for the for UFC, they don't give a fuck now. It's like you can have fights that aren't like you can have Dustin
Poirier
fight. It's great. The fact that Dana can get the guys to fight is the matchmaker. They almost always have to do it or they leave. That's what separates it. You get a card like this that was electric.
And also if you get that performance of the night tag, you get that fat bonus. So it doesn't matter where you're at. If you put on a show, you walk out with a ton of fucking money. So everybody's incentivized to throw, go at it.
It was a crazy card. You didn't even the female fight, the Weili Zhang fight. She choked out her opponent like fully out and then got saved by the woman got saved by the bell and then just fought 4 more rounds. Like when she stood up, she was like wobbling and clearly out, and she got saved by the bell. It's like, all right, 4 more rounds of this.
That other woman.
Who? Holly Holm?
No, she got destroyed. The one who destroyed Holly Holm.
Yeah.
The one whose back is the size of Hulk Hogan in his prime.
Yeah.
Like she's a problem.
Yeah.
The judo woman.
Where do you guys like, because it was discussed as some people saying the best knockout of all time? Do you agree, or do you have a different one in your mind?
For UFC?
Well, I'm assuming people meant UFC. Some people were saying ever, whether that means in all of fighting or
there's
just
a
UFC.
better knockout in boxing. And the only reason I say better, a guy's losing a fight. It was a very important fight, and it was a knockdown with less than 10 seconds left in the fight. I forget who it was, maybe a middleweight or something. I mean, Hagler Hearns is an unbelievable knockout.
Even in UFC, like, so that was an incredible moment, an incredible knockout, but Max Holloway was winning the fight. So he was
but doesn't that also make it almost better about that?
No,
on the line.
It's awesome that you put it on the line. You always want to see guys throw hands at the end of the round, but like the Leon Edwards knockout, when it was like a couple of years ago where he was dead. He was losing the fight. Yeah, and then he kicked him in the head with like 20 seconds left and won. Like those where it's like also that's all you're rooting for is you're basically every time you buy a fight, you're like one punch could do anything. One kick could do anything.
I'm not the most humongous UFC fan, obviously, of all time. I like it. I go. It's kind of what I'm saying. Those two fighters are not, they're past their prime fighters. Right. So it was great, but it's not.
The stakes weren't the highest. The moment was the
biggest. It's an entertaining fight. It's a made up belt. Like I don't like when McGregor knocked that guy out in 2 seconds, and no one knew who was going to win. It was the Josie Aldo, or even I liked the guy from Miami who kneed Ben Askren in the head, like the fastest knockout. Yeah, so it was a great knockout, but they went in the middle of the ring and just started unloading. Sticking with that knockout. Nobody has talked about this on the internet. I always kind of follow Zuck. I don't know if it's because people say looks like me. He's just so awkward. I know the UFC guys really well. And I saw this angle and I'm like, oh, that's fucking weird of this knockout. Zuck's wife jumps up. Zuck stays sat down and she like celebrates and grabs the guy next to her, Hunter, who's the nicest guy. It's not like they have anything going. But it's so Zuck. He's such a cuck.
The way he sat was almost the worst. He was just, the whole.
How do you not jump up?
It's like
when that knockout happened.
The best moment ever, and he's just like.
Also,
wife is the one.
Yeah. Something about like him doing the like big white T-shirt trend.
Yeah,
too.
But he kept doing this, Dan. It kept like he. Yeah. I have this. Like I sometimes, but he's. I need an off the record conversation with like Dana and Hunter, the guy she grabbed. Like, what is he like? Is he as robotic and weird as he seems?
At the same time, though, he's fucking jacked now, right? And can throw hands.
Well, he
didn't get choked out that one time. Remember, he had the press release. They said a press release saying you did not get choked out.
Because the article said he was snoring, and he wrote a letter to the New York Times saying he didn't get choked out. He was grunting loudly. Oh, fucking suck. Did you see this clip? Bieber and Jaden Smith like grinding at Coachella. What was that?
Weird. Very weird.
I don't know.
Also, he was
like, is that just the new age kids say hello? You just stick a dick in his ass?
Yeah, because like you've done that to your buddy where like you come up and you like put him in a headlock or something, or like grab him from behind, but not that.
They did like the lambada for a couple of minutes.
They were like middle school grinding.
It was fucking weird.
Willow or Jaden Smith said he's dating Tyler, the Creator. And so they might just be openly gay now. I don't know. So that's a whole other.
Wait, Jaden is?
Jaden's. So Tyler, the Creator, has said he's gay before, but people don't really know if he is.
Isn't he old?
Trolling Tyler, the Creator. I wouldn't say he's old.
You're thinking of Tyler Perry, Dave.
Okay.
and then he said on some radio station,
I was too.
Like, that's my boyfriend. So if he's gay and doing that, and Bieber's just, I don't know. There's.
Like the way they were swaying, I was just like, "Ooh, this is strange.
Yeah, we're too old. Like that's just
that may just be how kids do it nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let's do a little fucking quick lambada.
Also, nothing intimidates me more online than Coachella. Whenever it happens every year, I'm just like, whew.
Could you imagine being there, Dan?
Oh, no.
Like in the GA,
I'll jump ahead. Taylor was there with a backwards hat, which is like all the rage that she's wearing. She had the New Heights like hat on backwards. Everyone's like, I can't believe Taylor's going hat backwards. So in the middle of the pit, it's crazy.
But Teresa,
she's got like a built-in bodyguard. Like,
true.
Kelsey's just there stopping anybody from fucking with
I got an unbelievable. Actually, somebody sent me this. Is from Lover. It's a great shirt.
What does it say?
Can I go where you go? It's from Lover with a picture of Peaches with her pearls. So those will go on sale soon. Has anyone checked on Glenny Balls?
No.
This next story. Billy Joel.
Oh my God. I'm surprised that Glenny hasn't, stormed CBS headquarters.
A mild-mannered guy. I could see him like smashing like TVs and everything, cutting off. They do this ceremony, they just cut in the middle of piano, man.
Well, he was probably there, so he probably doesn't care.
True.
Like Glenny has gone to the MSG for Billy Joel like 3,000 times.
This is the 100th performance. 100 fucking sellouts in a row at the Garden, first of all, is absolutely nuts. And that's what they cut off. Piano Man
Finer and fucking Glenny marching to like City Hall.
And what a life too, to be able to just be like, what does he live somewhere in like on Long Island, and he lives on the ocean, gets in a helicopter, is at MSG 20 minutes later, does a show, gets back. Like fucking A, man. He's doing it right.
They also played a billion commercials during it because they had to catch up because the Masters was late. So New Yorkers were not happy. It was a commercial filled, cut short performance. People were like rioting on the internet in New York.
Caitlin Clark on SNL. I thought she did a pretty good job. She is so big. It's insane. All the stats coming out already, like Indiana, all their games, but kudos to Caitlin. Brianna Chicken Fry is just like best friends with her or something. Like they're
so you get a little you're getting a little territorial about
that. They're like, I had to text her. I was like, you're going out to dinner with Caitlin Clark? She's like, yeah, why? And then her dog got sick, so she had to cancel. Like, what? Like, well, how do you yeah, I am getting a little territorial.
I think you're very jealous. I think you're like, that's my celebrity connection. I'm the one who brings her into the Barstool mix, not you.
Yes.
Are you gonna get so jealous that you say Brianna and Caitlin are dating like you did with me and Patrick Sharp?
We'll see. There was a lot of rumors about that, Dan.
No, coming from you.
I didn't start those rumors.
Coming from you. I had one good sports run in my life, and you're like, these guys, they're dating.
I don't know that came from me. You should check in the mirror on your crew with a little Franny Lydon, like over there. He was
got a leak.
Hard at work there. That is everything I got. Is Billy off the ballot now?
He's fighting the mob.
Last I heard, they were changing it from an election, it's no longer a democratic election, which seems hard to believe. He said there's no.
What does that mean? It looked like when I saw it, it looked like he was saying what happened to me. It's like You get the signatures, and then they're like, we challenge him, and you can just disqualify basically anybody you want, which is exactly what happened to me when I ran for mayor.
He
What do you mean the mob?
He said
he's going after the mob, Dave.
He said this. He said the Republican primary in New York's 3rd district has turned into a selection, not an election.
Yes, because what he's saying is happening is he's being kept off the ballot because the Republican committee or whatever challenged all the signatures except their own candidate. So they're disqualifying his signatures. I thought he said he was on the ballot. I don't know. I have gotten to the point I just kind of ignore everything he sends me because he's like, I don't want to end up in, I don't want to end up in jail. I'll get a warning shot 30 seconds to 2 minutes from PFT being like, heads up, this is coming, probably should ignore it. And then 2 minutes later, Billy Football will come in with some sort of wacky request.
He's also, he had a press release that was so Billy last week that had 5 different things spelled wrong, words missing, everything, official press release. And he's also, so the guy who I think is in the Republican conglomerate that is like hand selected. His name is Mike LaPetrie.
Yes.
And Billy's now going on his Trump stuff. He's calling him Mike LaPetrie dish. And I don't know if that has the same ring.
Does it? And I love these videos. He's sitting on his bench press and like his Twitter account still being Billy Hot Takes.
They gotta just say, I mean, they're trying to silence him. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Let Billy run a fair election.
It is actually bullshit, but we'll see.
But he's going after the mob. He's going after the mob. I had one last thing I wanted your guys' take. Did you guys see? So the Masters every year they do a lottery for all the media members, and 4 people get selected to golf on Monday after the Masters at Augusta. Wow. And one of the women who got elected or got picked in the lottery, she's a reporter from Wisconsin. She has never golfed once in her life. And people are so mad about this. I think it rules.
And she's like, just going to go out there and hack it up?
Yeah. I think she can shoot like 500. Yeah.
Hank I would love furious. To go to Augusta and shoot 250 and just be like, I won. Sorry, guys.
Shut up. They should
some holes. Yeah.
It's like Greg Doyle from the Indiana Star getting courtside to the Final Four seats and doesn't even know who the coach of UConn is. So, like, who cares? You win. That's the luck of the draw.
It's just so great because people are so mad. Hank was like, we said it to Hank and he got furious right away. It's like, you're never going to play at Augusta. What the fuck do you care?
Hank, honestly.
Also, Hank, is Hank like the golf guy now?
He golfs all the time. So
we pay him to be a golfer, basically. He's just golfs. All right. That is it. It's a rundown.
Oh, one last thing, Dave. It was great on Saturday. We had like the Masters. We had like World War III going on. I don't know if you saw our boy, Danny Boy, though. He was grinding.
Watch out for a trick play against South Florida. They ran trick play in their spring game. He goes, we're going to have to watch out for this one on like September the 14th.
Oh, it's the best. The world could just be crumbling and he's just watching spring practice being like, see this trick play? They're going to try it on us.
I love it. Literally, the world could be burning, and he's going to be studying tape. All right. I'll see you guys.
All right. See ya.